The man accused of hitting and killing a Hamilton County deputy with his car as retaliation for a deadly police shooting of his son is back in court this morning. Rodney Hinton Jr. is set to be arraigned on new charges, including aggravated murder. WLWT News 5's Richard Childs live for us at the courthouse downtown. Richard, there has been a lot of movement in this case already.
Now, Kelly, good morning. This arraignment follows the indictment we were in court for last week. This is the first court appearance for this week of Mr. Hinton, expected to be in court later again this week. Now, if the court appearance is anything like we saw last week, tension certainly going to be high. Sheriff's deputies lining the courtroom at that time, his last appearance. There was also a man claiming to be Hinton Jr.'s brother escorted from the courtroom following a confrontation last week. Now there's a federal lawsuit filed on Hinton's behalf. Now, criticizing what happened during the initial courtroom, that a court appearance, and again, that filing, you get an idea. You see how officers filing the room. This lawsuit claims that was a violation of Hinton Jr.'s civil rights. Now, the lawsuit, filed by a woman named Antoinette Holloway, says that the move was, quote, a coordinated presence clearly intended to intimidate, suppress defense, and influence the judicial process. Now, the lawsuit also alleges that Hinton Jr. showed signs of abuse while in custody and is asking for $25 million in damages. Now, we sought comment from the city of Cincinnati and the Cincinnati Police Department and have not heard back. But again, Mr. Hinton expected in court this morning, 9 a.m. for that arraignment. Reporting live this morning, Richard Childs, WLWT News 5.
Custody.
Yeah.
He did have some injuries. I mean, there's little marks on his face. I wasn't sure if that was just scars from life or they were from the accident, but he did have marks on his face. So allegedly they put their hands on him. He wants $25 million, and for the intimidation factor. I do feel like that all the cops being there was a part of intimidation. They were trying to intimidate him. Why else would family not be able to be allowed to knock out a support system?
Privacy. I don't know. This is one of those cases where it's like you should have never hit nobody with your car situations. But it's still not justified. I get that his son passed away. But at the same time, it's like you went after the wrong cop, allegedly, is what I was told. So it's like, why? Why a retired cop? You know? You didn't have to do any of it, really. And the cop that shot the son didn't have to do any of it, really.
No, it was.
So I feel like them being present in the courtroom and not allowing the family in, maybe it was a tactic. Maybe it was them trying to scare him enough to be like, yeah, did X, Y, and Z. But the man already said he hit somebody. So I really don't know what else it is for him to say besides, I should have never did it. I mean, if they beat him while he was in there, then they need to be charged. You know, let the law handle it, not y'all because you work for the law. You see what I'm saying? We have a court system for a reason.
So he pled not guilty. We all clearly know that he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he killed the man. It's just a matter of how he killed the man, why he killed the man, and what they're going to do about that. You know, now everything else is just process. And with the cops showing up, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. It only hurts the city because now the city has to deal with a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
What the cops decided to do was show up.
Mm-hmm.
You already have the man. Keep him arrested.
Yeah.
He's already going to do his time. Why hurt him? He's going to get hurt in the prison. Most of the time, that's how it usually happens, unless he's being praised because he's considered a officer deleter. I don't want to say the other words, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he deleted someone that they don't necessarily respect.
A drive sniper.
He might be getting some praise inside the prison. He might be getting some protection inside the prison. He might, you know.
Yeah. And I think that is what the officers are upset about, probably too. On top of him killing a retired officer.
At the end of the day, you raise someone to be 18 years old. You hope you do right, and it hurts to see them die, regardless if they're carrying a gun and running from the cops. Regardless of the situation, when that's your baby, that's your baby. And when your baby gets deleted and your baby's no longer here, it hurts. Regardless if he was right or wrong, it hurts.
I'm sure it does. But at the end of the day, the system is going to do what the system's going to do. He should have never did what he did.
He should have.
He should have allowed them to investigate. Now, this is what I want to know. Why haven't we seen the footage of what happened to the scene?
Oh, I can pull that up. There is a.
I haven't seen
it's
it.
It's like a 10-second clip. It's really
because
I've
had people telling me, "Oh, he was running from the cops and he had a gun pointed at him." Then I hear other stories of he was just running, and when he ran behind the trash can, they shot him. So it's like, what is it?
I'm looking for the footage right now.
I think it's a bunch of craziness, and a lot of the stuff that's going on in society is a distraction away from what we should be really just focused on. You know, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get it for you.
So he pled not guilty, thinking that was probably going to benefit him.
All of these are like reactors reacting to the video. I don't know if I'm like of the video. Live footage of the scene where Ryan Hinton was executed. Oh, it's just the area.
Guys, so this is a...
Because what I say, I haven't seen anybody post footage of like, I've been seeing people walk to the place of where it happened and talking about it.
Well, it was a clip. It was a short clip. And you see him kind of running between two trash cans. And it kind of ends. And that's it. Let me see if this is it. Law and Order posted it.
Not the Law and Order. Same.
Someone got the clip somewhere.
Somebody does. Unless they've been told to take it down and then they can't have it.
All right.
This is the body camera.
So here we go. 3 minutes in. Incident contact, officer body cam, disposable footage. Where is the damn? All right, we'll just kick it off right around here.
To the parking lot back here, you'll see vehicles there now. You'll see a photo. The stolen car that we're going to talk about was backed into a parking spot back there. As you can see, this is a stolen Kia. It was stolen out of northern Kentucky yesterday. You can see we have two uniformed cars there. Prior to those uniformed cars arriving, we had two undercover cars that pulled into that dead end, saw the vehicle. They backed out. They saw that there were individuals inside the vehicle, so they backed out and let the uniformed cars make the approach, which is the tactically sound decision to do. The cars are positioned the way the officers are trained. We are trained to use our vehicles as cover from any threat. That's what those officers did with the cars at that time.
Chief Thigi then played a short portion of the body camera footage.
This is body-worn camera from officer number 2. Go ahead, Bobby.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! On your right! On your right!
This is the body camera footage from the officer who actually shot Ryan Hinton.
This is the other officer, the one who fires the shot. This is his body camera as he approaches the scene. This is the firearm that was recovered at the scene.
So this is my question.
So
Could they not have said, get down on the ground? Could they not have tased him? Because I didn't see a gun. When he run, all I saw was somebody's body go like this.
That was less than 4 seconds.
I'm just saying.
He hopped out the car, and when he ran around the other side of the trash can and then pulled his gun and went pop, 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 pop.
That officer jumped out the car, was not already engaged with the person that he shot.
That's why Rodney's pissed.
You shot. Okay, he stole a vehicle. My vehicle has been stolen before. I had a minivan stolen.
They don't even know if he's the one who stole it. He was
But
in
hold
the stolen
on.
vehicle.
I had a teenager steal my vehicle. I had an opportunity, clear point where he could have got shot. Didn't get shot. Did I get my vehicle back? Yes, I did. Was it worth shooting somebody over? No, it wasn't, because it's a material item. And this is why we have insurance in place on stuff. So when he saw that young man running, instead of shooting him, he should have tased him or told him to get on the ground. Now, if he's not responding when you say get on the ground, then
I didn't even hear it.
Take other measures.
I didn't even hear it.
He didn't say get on the ground.
I didn't hear crap.
All I saw was him
Pull the gun.
put car in park, door slams open. Like, what is that? You didn't give him no chance to respond. No, nothing. I didn't take the vehicle. The second person, where you said it was 2 people in the vehicle.
It was hunting season for them cops.
Where was they trying to meet quota? Where is the second person? Because that second person that was in the vehicle.
Not a quota on bodies.
I hope not. I hope that's not the case.
People are messed up if they think systems don't have quotas and quotas on everything.
But yeah.
When you get a speeding ticket, You telling me that officer don't have a quota to meet? I'm just saying.
In some places like New York, they do in order to keep their jobs.
So let's ask ourselves, did he do the right thing when he got out the car? I don't feel like as a mama he did. To me, that's not justified.
Nope.
That's not justified.
The kid shouldn't have ran.
You're scared. You're in fear. He's thinking even if I get down on the ground, they might even still put a cap in me. You don't know.
Well, for sure, if you run, and what we see all,
I agree.
If you run, what we see all the time,
Oh yeah, they're gonna shoot. Yeah,
you gonna get shot.
But when your adrenaline's going and all you hear is yelling and cops chasing you. Now, what they could have did too is they could have brought out a K9 unit.
It was already too late. They're there for the stolen car. They're about to pick it up.
Look, I feel like they had some rookie cops mixed in that little situation. Those rookie cops were like, oh, this is going to be our big bus right here. We just found a stolen vehicle. Let's block them in. Other cop whoop-de-whoop pulls up. And then it all goes down.
I don't think they were thinking it was a big bust. I think they were thinking it was a fun chase.
I don't know. Because I feel like anytime...
I think it's more of an adrenaline rush for cops.
Probably so.
Else. The fact that they're driving around all day waiting for something, when they actually do find something and then it runs, it's like they have their opportunity that they've been training for, going to the gun range for, everything they've been practicing for.
But once again, this is why they have K9 units. So if you chasing a pedestrian
you keep talking about K9 unit. Who's calling a K9 unit when two kids are already running from the car that you just slammed your brakes in front of? They hopped out and run. You don't have time to make a phone call. Hey, I need K9 unit. Blah, 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 address. You're running. They call the other cops? You're running. They're running. And they pulls his gun out and shoot him. At what point in time did he have opportunity to call a K9 unit?
Well, how did they do it in the other case?
That's not what I asked you. The video you just saw, at one point in time, did they have opportunity?
I feel like right when they spotted the vehicle, before they got out and the other cops got out.
K9 units are for drugs, not to chase people typically.
I've seen them chase people down.
If they're in the woods and they can't catch you or find you, they will get the dog to sniff you out. But usually the dogs are there for drugs. They're drug calls.
Usually. But they use K9 units for a lot of things. So at the end of the day, I've even seen K9 units pull people out of things.
That fly is killing me.
It's not hurt. Either way it goes, this killing, the way it happened, to me, it doesn't look justified. It doesn't look like they followed.
No, I understand why the dad's pissed. I understand why the dad acted the way he did. But do I still...
The dad wasn't right what he did.
Would I have taken my car and just found a random cop and drove into him? No, I wouldn't have. Would I had thoughts on finding the cop that did it to my son and pulling up to his house and burning it or doing something to his family? Yes, I would have those thoughts of finding his kids and taking his kids. I would have those thoughts. I'm not going to say I wouldn't. My son's gone after 18 years. I raised him. All those graduations. You got elementary graduation, middle school, high school. You got football that you attended, practices. You got choir rehearsals. There's so many different things in life that you experience with this child. And when this child is just gone from you and you see the way the child was taken, regardless of what that child did, because him running in a stolen car didn't justify murder. It didn't justify death.
It takes me back to who stole the vehicle. Did he steal it? Was he the person that took it? Or was it the person in the passenger seat that took it and told him, here, take the keys, you drive? Because if you driving a stolen vehicle, baby, you ain't gonna back at him like that.
And at the end of the day, if that was your kid, regardless, y'all white, my fellow Caucasians, y'all know, if that was y'all's kid, y'all would be acting a damn fool too. Regardless if your kid was in a stolen car with his friends, having a gun, you would have been acting a damn fool too.
Yeah, I think
you would have been hurt. You would have been upset.
I don't think it don't matter the race or anything.
You would have want revenge. You know.
Yeah.
You might act differently. You know, you might not take your car and run it to a random person. But who's to say that you wouldn't? Who's to say that you wouldn't act that way in the moment of heat, when you're upset, when you're...
Well, your adrenaline's going. Your mind's going.
Well, not just
1 million miles per hour.
He just saw his son being killed on footage. He was probably in the car crying. He probably broke down in the car. He was probably pissed. He probably didn't have anyone to console him or calm him down. So what did he do? He was driving. He saw his first opportunity and said, "Fuck it," and hit that gas. Was he wrong?
Because it makes me wonder.
Was he wrong? Yes. Completely.
It made me think that if this officer that he killed was at a graduation, allegedly, this is what I heard. He was at a graduation.
He was helping.
He was
traffic.
retired.
He was helping traffic.
So in my mind, if he's out in the middle of traffic, he might have on a vest. He might have on the.
Oh, it was on purpose. It was intended. He was.
So in my head, he knew that I'm about to go find this cop. But in that instant, it's a graduation going on. They're going to cop right there.
He knew he wasn't going to find that cop. It was.
We assume.
Man, listen. I'm telling you, that man was in his car weeping.
Probably so.
And then he didn't have no one to console him. He didn't have no one to talk to him. He didn't have no one to counsel him. And what did he do? He went off his intuition. He let his intrusive thoughts kick in. He went for it. And look where he is now.
Look like he was holding his head up pretty high in that courtroom. So all I'm going to say is justice is going to be served. The cop that shot his son, if they feel like it was wrongdoing, hopefully he gets justice on that part. And on his behalf of what he did to that officer, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. He didn't think about it. He just did it. He went on impulse. And sometimes when you feel like that out of anger, you don't think about it till it happens. And to sit here and say that he don't probably feel guilty, that man feel guilty. He not probably showing it. But he knew what he did was wrong. Because two wrongs not going to make a right. They don't butt up together. It's just crazy.
If y'all have any thoughts, any opinions, let us know. Don't be scared to type in the comments. Ain't no one finna bite your head off.
Yeah.
No.
Y'all chimosa anyways. Y'all like to tell all the gossip. So if y'all know about this case or any other cases like
and if
this,
there's any cases that are similar that y'all know about, tell us about them. Let us look them up and see how those cases got handled. What happened in their situations. How did their families cope with it after? Because I'm pretty sure there's interviews afterwards, 5-6 years after the incident, if there's any late incident. So let us know.
Yeah, y'all let us know in the comments. See y'all later.
Till next time.